Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Justina. Welcome to my channel. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back and thank you for joining me today. So here today I'm going to talk about Venus transit in Cancer. This transit starts on May the 7th and it will last until June the 5th. So here I was hoping to get my new microphone today. It was supposed to arrive today on the day of the lunar eclipse, but it didn't. It's been kind of delayed, and I had to record this video. So here next video will be with a new microphone. So hopefully the sound will be much better, even though this microphone is not the worst, but here I'm going to fix the sound and hopefully it's going to be much better. But here, last week I reached 10,000 subscribers. So here, a big milestone. So thank you very much. I appreciate your support and it felt great. And after Mercury stations direct, I would like to give away some free readings, and I just need to think how to do it, but I'm just waiting for the energies to calm down. So yes, I wanted to say thank you very much for your support. And here I'm going to talk about Venus in Cancer transit. So here I'm quite excited for this transit because, of course, I'm a Cancer, but also Venus in Cancer I think feels really good. And I thought it would be quite fun to explore the energies of the upcoming weeks, especially since here the energies of the beginning of May are quite tense. And as we move forward, things will start to improve. So here, as of today, we've got a lunar eclipse in Scorpio. Venus will move into Cancer on the 7th of May. However, from the middle of the month, you will see there will be a massive shift of energy, a change of direction for many people across the globe, because when the planet stations direct from a retrograde phase, this is usually a really important time, and it's a much more positive time than when a planet stations retrograde from a direct motion, because here the energies slow down and there is generally less abundant energy in the air. Here Mercury will start to regain its energies, and the day after Jupiter will move into Taurus. So lots of different energies in the second part of the month. So here, without delaying it further, let's move into the forecast for each rising sign. You will find the timestamps in the comment section and the description box down below this video. I follow tropical zodiac whole sign system in these forecasts on my channel, and also Western astrology. Thank you very much, and let's begin. Hello Aries, and welcome to your horoscope for this coming Venus in Cancer transits that starts on May the 7th until June the 5th. Cancer rules your 4th house. So here, since Mars entered this area of life at the end of March, there has been quite a lot going on in this area of your life. So here, home, family dynamics, your emotional well-being is also very much emphasized. Here, Venus will be in your 4th house along with Mars, especially in the initial phase of this transit. So in the first 2 weeks of Venus transit in Cancer, Venus will be here. So this is a really fantastic time for beautifying your home space. And Venus rules your 2nd house, so you might be spending money on objects for your home, on home-related improvements, decorations, whatever it is. Here, with the ruler of your money area in the 4th house of home, money is often spent on home and family-related matters. Now, at the same time, Venus in the 4th house, Venus is connected to harmony, balance, relationships, money, creativity, harmony. So all of these energies are here centered in your area of home throughout May. And you may find yourself spending time with your family, hosting family events. Venus is a very social planet. And wherever Venus is present, there is that need for doing something that will help you to find comfort in your life, that will help you to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. And you will likely enjoy doing these, or enjoying the simple pleasures of life at your home, especially since your ruler is also present here until the 20th of May. And Venus will connect really beautifully around 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th with Saturn in Pisces. So this will be a really good time as well for making long-lasting plans connected to your home, or perhaps if you're planning a renovation throughout this time, then you will likely be satisfied with the outcomes as well. All right, so here we go, Aries. Thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope for this the upcoming transit of Venus in Cancer. Venus is your ruler, and in Cancer, Venus feels pretty good. Venus in Cancer connects by a sextile with your Taurus ascendant, so this is actually really pleasant, and you will likely enjoy the energies of this transit. So here this transit will occur in your third house, which is connected to communication, mental stimulation, mental energy, but also movement. So movement, this is connected to transportation, travel, short distance travel as well. Now Venus in the third house positively influences communication, interactions, social interactions with others. So here Venus brings harmony, balance, and then when it connects really well with our ascendant, sun or moon, this further illuminates the energies of this transit in a positive sense. Here Venus is your ruler, but it's also the ruler of your sixth house of work, everyday routine. With Venus, the ruler of the sixth placed in the third, some Taurus rising might find themselves traveling for work, or perhaps you might be visiting your relatives, for example. But there's an element definitely here of movement and travel, and this could be either connected to your work, so you might be traveling, and this could be a business trip, this could be a work-related trip to a workshop, whatever it is here. But at the same time, you might be also traveling for health reasons here, perhaps a retreat or some healing trip of some sort. At the same time, you might also be visiting relatives, cousins, siblings as well. Here, Venus brings a lot of creativity. So if you want to start writing or start a new project connected to a design or a website design, here Venus will bring a lot of creativity, will boost your creativity, and Mars will be here in this area of life until the 20th of May. And Mars pushes things forward, even though Mars in Cancer is not the fastest. Here Mars will be much happier when it moves into Leo. However, having said that, with Mars in the third house, overall, you can still get things going, make things happen. And especially anything connected to creative and written projects. And Venus will boost that creativity without a doubt. Now, this could be also connected to gardening, working with your hands, pottering as well, because the third house is traditionally connected to Gemini, and Gemini rules our hands. And when there are transits in the third house, often we find ourselves doing things connected to our working with our hands, practical things as well. So this could be also the case for you, but overall this is also about implementing a little bit of creativity into your daily life, going to art galleries, or perhaps this could be also about social gatherings as well, which are definitely here highlighted throughout this transit. All right, so here we go, Taurus. Thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Geminis, and welcome to your horoscope for this the upcoming transit of Venus in Cancer. This is your second house of income, money, finances, personal values. So here with Venus, the planet connected to beauty, creativity, money, love, harmony as well. In the second house, you might be craving objects of value. So here, this could be a time when you might feel like spending money on some expensive things connected to beauty, creativity, makeup, clothes, whatever it is here. It's essential to be grounded and practical throughout this transit, or perhaps mindful of your purchases, spendings, especially in the first 2 weeks of this transit, because your ruler Mercury will be retrograde until the 14th, 15th of May. So your judgment might not be clear throughout this time. So it's essential to be mindful and keep all the receipts of the purchases that you make throughout this time. Your taste might be more expensive. As also Mars is here in the second house until the 20th of May. When Mars is in the second house, usually our expenses increase. Usually there are more outgoings and money just simply kind of disappears, so to speak, from our bank account because there is so much to cover. So when Venus comes here, you might be craving to get something, an object of desire, but perhaps it might not be something that you truly need. Keep all your receipts just in case you want to return some things, some objects, some items after Mercury stations direct. But other than that, Venus is also connected to partnerships. Venus is also connected to harmonious negotiation. So if you want to negotiate a deal, something that is connected to money, then this might be a really fruitful time for doing so, especially around between the 12th and the 16th, because this is when Venus will connect with Saturn in Pisces by a trine. And this could be connected to some financial opportunities that come as a result of some career-related project news, whatever it is. Saturn is now in your 10th house, and with Venus in the second, and these both connect by a trine. This is about some long-lasting and positive outcomes. For example, for some Geminis, depending on your circumstances, it could be also about you making an investment, you buying an object of value, for example. So here, money and status or increase in your status, some financial news gains. For some Geminis, this could be the case here. Now, on a different level, Venus rules your 12th house, and since Venus is pretty comfortable in the sign of Cancer, this indicates that your financial situation should be pretty stable. Here you might be also, or some Geminis might be spending money on things connected to self-help, healing, or therapy, anything to do with spirituality as well, spiritual retreats, anything to do with self-understanding, self-discovery, books, courses, whatever it is. This is when you might be also spending your money. Now, on a different level here, Venus also rules your 5th house. So this is also when you might be spending money on things that are connected to fun, entertainment, or your children. But here overall, you will be able to take a deep breath from the 15th of May because your ruler will station direct. And this could indicate a change of direction, some new realizations about your life, about your goals, for example. So here, the first 2 weeks of May might be slightly confusing for some, and the energies are pretty intense with that Scorpio eclipse on the 5th of May. However, as we move forward, the energies will change pretty significantly, and soon Mars in Leo will connect really well with your Gemini ascendant. So you will see that there will be a lot of movement from the second part of May until early or mid-July, I would say. But other than that, thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Cancers, and welcome to your horoscope for this coming or the upcoming Venus transit in Cancer. This is your first house ruler. So this is actually a really great news because when Venus was in your 12th house, you may have experienced a slight dissatisfaction with some relationships in your life. Perhaps it was difficult to connect to some people. Perhaps you felt disconnected from some important people in your life, and all perhaps unappreciated. Now, this will change as of May the 7th, hopefully, because Venus will move into your first house, so the energies will be out there. And here with Venus in the first house, this is when you attract really interesting opportunities. Venus in the first house makes you optimistic, hopeful, and there's a need for self-care, self-love, for pampering yourself, for perhaps having a haircut done. However, bear in mind Mercury is still retrograde until the 15th, so perhaps any haircut or any major changes in your style would be more beneficial until after the 15th of May. But other than that, Venus in the first house creates this beautiful aura and makes you feel more appreciated by others. So here, Venus in the first house. That's Venus in the first house, and here Venus rules your 11th house and also your fourth house. So here, your friends will be important throughout this transit, social connections, but also anything to do with your home life, your family foundation, emotional well-being, of course, because here Cancer is very much connected to emotions and feelings. But here we've found the 11th house activation. Venus rules your 11th house, where this is where Taurus is present. This could be when some of your goals, dreams come into fruition. And I'm not saying it's going to happen immediately, but throughout the duration of this transit, especially since Jupiter will enter Taurus on the 16th of May, Jupiter will sextile your Cancer ascendant and any placements you may have in Cancer. So this is actually really good. Jupiter in Taurus is more beneficial for Cancers than Jupiter in Aries, even though Jupiter in Aries could have brought some perhaps interesting opportunities in your career life. However, Jupiter in Taurus is much more beneficial for you because there is a sex connection by a sextile. And with Venus, the ruler of your 11th in the first, this could be when some of these goals are more achievable. You become more, perhaps, it's still essential to be practical because Jupiter may make you kind of want to overextend yourself at times in order to reach these most desirable goals, or perhaps you might be over optimistic about some ideas at some point throughout Jupiter's transit in Taurus. However, also Venus doesn't make it easier. Venus can also make you exaggerate slightly some aspects of your life. So it's essential to be grounded and practical because you can achieve quite a lot as long as you are realistic about your expectations, as long as you don't set your expectations too high, because this can result in a overall dissatisfaction or perhaps the feeling that you're not good enough. And it's not true, because I'm sure you're amazing. But sometimes if we just set too high expectations and we fail to achieve them, then we feel bad with ourselves. But here, by being grounded and realistic, you can make these goals more achievable in the end. Now here, Venus rules your fourth house. Here, generally, an element of family and home will be definitely emphasized throughout this transit. Perhaps someone will be visiting you, a family member, throughout May, beginning of June. For example, perhaps you might be working with a family member on a goal or a project of some sort. All right, so here we go. Thank you very much, Cancers. And let's move into the next sign. Hello, Leos, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming transit of Venus in Cancer. Here, this is your 12th house. The 12th house deals with anything to do with spirituality, work from behind the scene, institutions. And when Venus is in the 12th house, the energies of Venus are slightly hidden. And, well, there's a lot of work from behind the scene. And often with this transit, we want to help others. We feel a great compassion towards others. So very often with Venus transit in the 12th house, many people get involved in charity work, for example, volunteering work. Or this could be that someone like a family member or a friend might need your help or support, and you might be visiting them at a hospital, at an institution, for example. So this could play out also in this way. Here, Venus in the 12th house is extremely creative, very creative. You'll be bursting with creativity. So if you are naturally a creative person, and I feel that you might be with that Leo on your ascendant, this is often the case. Dance, music, creativity is usually very important. And so with Venus in the 12th house, you might be working on a creative project from behind the scene, from your home, for example. Venus rules your third house of communication, so perhaps you might be secretly communicating with someone from behind the scene. Perhaps this could be also about the beginning of a new relationship, of a new connection that perhaps could be slightly, well, hidden away, especially in the initial phase. There are two sides of this transit. Perhaps if things don't work out in your love life, you might feel like you're not lucky in love or relationships. So there is this negative side of Venus in the 12th house that could create negative thinking, negative thoughts. So keep this in mind, because it's probably not true, but you might be more negative about anything to do with love and relationships throughout this transit, especially if things don't work out. So try to redirect these thoughts and do something that could boost that positivity inside you. So perhaps get involved in something that generally brightens you up in some way. Now, Venus also rules your 10th house, so maybe even away, because the 12th house is connected to foreign places. So you might be working from a different place than in the usual place. So this could be even abroad, in a different town, or perhaps from home, even if this isn't something that you usually do. But there is an element of being somewhere away, at least temporarily. All right. So still Mars will move into your first house, into your sign. Mars in Leo feels fantastic, and you will see that things will start to move forward, and there will be more progress made throughout the end of May, throughout June and beginning of July. Thank you very much. Let's move into the next sign. Hello Virgos, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming transit of Venus in Cancer. This is your 11th house. Venus in Cancer connects by a sextile with Virgo and any placements you may have in your first house. So this is actually really good. You will likely enjoy the energies of this transit. And this transit may bring opportunities and generally a good feeling, a good vibe. So Venus in the 11th house is really great for social interactions, group activities, teamwork. You make a good impression on others, on groups, in group surroundings. And Venus in the 11th house here, Mars is also present in this area of life until the 20th of May. So there is likely quite a lot of movement here already, and you may have gone to some concerts, social group events throughout April, beginning or the first 3 weeks of May. And there could have been some dynamic energy as well, without a doubt, for some Virgos, because, of course, Mars is connected to fiery energy, and in the 11th house, it could have brought some dynamic moments. But here with Venus brings harmony, balance, so the energies are going to perhaps calm down. Venus in the 11th house can bring romance to some Virgos, a little bit of flirtation in the group surroundings. This is overall a really pleasant energy, and energy that also stimulates that need for getting yourself out there. So you might be socializing and enjoying generally group surroundings throughout this period. Venus rules your 9th house, and this is when some Virgo rising might meet people that come, during some social events or business networking events even. So you might meet people, some interesting connections, like-minded people who come from different countries, cultures to yours. Now here, generally with Venus, the ruler of your 9th, you seek also adventurous and stimulating activities, but these activities will likely be more enjoyable if they are done in group surroundings. Now on a different level, here with Venus also ruling over your 2nd house, you might be spending money on group activities, concerts, social events of some sort. Perhaps you might be supporting some friends as well, a friend who might need some help, or perhaps if they are raising funds for a specific cause, you might also want to support that, contribute. Now, this could be also about you wanting to generally spend money on some of your goals and deepest desires. Perhaps be realistic about your expectations, especially in the first 2 weeks of this transit, because here your ruler is still retrograde until the 15th. So your judgment might not always be right or clear. So it's essential to think twice before committing into something quite extravagant. But other than that, here from the 15th of May, you will experience a different kind of energy when your ruler starts to regain its strength and when a planet changes direction from a retrograde to a direct motion. This is usually a positive time. A change of direction could occur, but in a positive sense, and hopefully it will benefit you in a good way. Thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello Libras, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming transit of Venus in Cancer. This is your 10th house. Here the 10th house deals with our career, public status, public image as well, worldly achievements. Venus is connected to creativity, beauty, finances, love, harmony. With Venus in the 10th house, here, Venus brings harmonious energies, and this could be a pretty fruitful time for you. With Mars here until the 20th of May, there has been quite a lot going on as well. However, when Mars is in Cancer, it's difficult to motivate oneself. So even though there might be a lot going on, that motivation isn't always in place. So you need to kind of push harder. However, when Venus comes here, Venus can bring really calm and harmonious energies, especially if you experience conflict throughout Mars in Cancer transit. Venus can stabilize these energies for you. Venus is connected to money, and with Venus ruling over your 8th house of commissions and bonuses, perhaps this could be a time also throughout May and early days of June, when you will be thinking about any promotions or bonuses, commissions that you may be hoping to obtain from your work. So this could be on your mind throughout May, early June. On a different level, some Libras might actually receive some finances from their work, so perhaps a commission or a bonus or a promotion, for instance, as well. So you might be either thinking about that, hoping to get it, or for some Libra rising, this may actually happen. Especially since Venus will trine Saturn between around 13th and the 16th of May, and this is a very stable energy and long-lasting as well. And then towards the end of May, around the 26th of May, Venus will sextile Uranus. So during these two periods, you may experience some financial gains at your work, or perhaps it could be related to some potential opportunities that might be on the horizon. Now, on a different level here, if you are going to have any important meetings, interviews, Venus will also help you to attract the right opportunities or help you align with the right people that could then help you to step up in your career ladder. Venus also rules over your first house, of course, Libra rising. Venus is your ruler. So overall, career will be really important for you throughout May, early June, because this is where your ruler is present. So here, this is when the energies will be focused. There's a lot going on in the upper chart. Here in the upper part of the chart, of your chart for Libra rising. So generally worldly events, career achievements, there is a lot of energy focused in this area of life at present. So this is where your focus is. And it's a great opportunity for reaching your goals, reaching your milestones, especially when Mars moves into Leo on the 20th of May until the 10th of July. And Leo connects by a sextile with your Libra rising, and Leo feels much better Mars feels much better in Leo. So moving forward, things will improve, and here I feel like there will be more opportunities coming up for you very soon. So overall here, I know that the beginning of May has been slightly challenging and intense, but as we move forward, the energies are much different for you and more beneficial. So here, thank you very much, Libras, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Scorpios, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming Venus in Cancer transit. Here, Cancer and Scorpio connect very well by a trine, so you will likely enjoy the energies of this transit. Here, Cancer and Scorpio are both water signs, so water energy here will be in the air. This is your ninth house, so here with Venus in Cancer, might find themselves traveling or thinking about travel or thinking about your next holiday. So there's an element of something foreign here that comes into play. If you are going to be traveling around this time, this will likely to be a pretty pleasant time. Not only because Venus is in your ninth house in Cancer, but also because Venus connects by a trine to your ascendant sign. So this further illuminates these positive and pleasant energies. Venus is connected to harmony, balance. So wherever Venus is pleasant, we seek that harmony and well-balanced energy. Now, Venus will trine Saturn in Pisces between the 13th, 14th, and the 16th of May. And this can be a time when you will make some long-lasting plans connected to your career, connected to a trip, connected to your life direction, for example. Now, if you establish a new connection, a new relationship throughout this time, it will also have a potential of it being long-lasting. Now, on a different level, Venus will also connect by a sextile with Uranus in Taurus around the 26th of May, and this could be a time of some surprising news or perhaps some new ideas for your next project. Venus in the ninth house could also bring some positive news throughout this transit for those who are awaiting news regarding visa or passport application or some legal cases. So as I said, Venus brings that harmonious and beautiful energy. Now, it's essential to be mindful with your spendings when it comes to any holidays, for example, or some adventures or some experiences that you may want to book for yourself. Because here Mercury is still retrograde until the 15th of May. And think twice before you get involved in some new ideas or experiences, especially if it's something quite extravagant. And because that's what Venus is also connected to. Be practical and grounded so that you don't get yourself into any financial trouble. All right, so Venus rules over your seventh house. So with Venus, the ruler of the seventh, in the ninth, you might be traveling with your partner. So here you might be booking a holiday with your partner, traveling with your partner, or perhaps some Scorpios might also meet someone in a romantic sense abroad throughout this transit. Of course, you need much more than that, this transit on its own. But here we will have a new moon in Taurus on the 19th. And with Venus, the ruler of the seventh, in the ninth, some Scorpios might be lucky and meet an interesting connection that could generally become something more and deeper. Perhaps a little bit later, but this could be also the case. Now, Venus also rules your 12th house, so perhaps many Scorpio rising might be also traveling abroad. And this could be some spiritual place that you might want to visit, or a place that could help you to heal some wounds, for example. So there's an element of healing and spiritual energy that could also be in place. Perhaps this could be about teaching as well, teaching and sharing your knowledge. All right, so here we go, Scorpios. Thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming transit of Venus in Cancer. This transit begins on May the 7th, and it will last until June the 5th. So here, this is your 8th house. Here, the 8th house deals with very deep energies, lots of healing energy as well, joint resources, finances. So often when Venus transits our 8th house, we benefit financially through any partnerships, our relationships, marriage. Now, having said that, if you are involved in a business connected to sales, for example, then Venus transit in the 8th house could increase these sales, could help you to find more clients. So generally, if if you work in a business connected to distribution of certain objects, items, then this transit will also benefit that in a positive sense. Now, Venus in the 8th house also benefits any investments. Perhaps your mortgage application could be approved throughout this transit, or perhaps if you applied for a loan, you might also receive a good deal. Now, if you have already applied, then here Venus could bring these good news. However, if you're thinking about applying, then the period around the 15th, 16th would be the best, because this is when Venus will connect with Saturn in Pisces by a trine. Venus and Saturn, when they connect by a trine, this can create, or even sextile, this can create long-lasting and enduring outcomes and results. So a really good time for dealing with some long-term financial goals, plans, investments, mortgages, this kind of things. Now, on a different level, here Venus will also sextile Uranus around the 26th of May, and this could bring some surprising news or surprising gains, financial gains. Now, this could be also related to some money that you've been expecting from any government schemes, child support, for example. Now, especially since the ruler of your 5th house of children is in the 8th house. So at the same time, you might be dealing with some outgoings connected to holiday clubs or after school clubs, or generally childcare related expenses. But when Venus comes here, this could be also when you finally receive the money that you've been awaiting, connected to some financial support from some government schemes, for example. Now, bear in mind, Mercury is still retrograde until the 15th of May. So up until then, there could still be some delays, things not going the way you have hoped. But after the 15th of May, this will be like a fresh breath of energy, change of direction. Things will start to move up much quicker. Now, Venus rules over your 6th house of health. Now, in traditional astrology, this is actually the house of illnesses. With the ruler of the 6th in the 8th, you will have to take an extra care of your health and well-being, maintain a healthy nutrition, incorporate a regular walk, exercise into your day or week, because this will benefit your health in a really positive way. So that's on the side note. And with Venus here also, you might be going to, generally you might want to go on a detox. You might want to cleanse your body, because Venus is connected to harmony, balance. You might also want to find that balance within you. Right, so Venus in the 8th house is also very seductive, lots of passionate energy with Mars here as well. So this could also benefit your love life and intimate relationship. All right, so here we go, Sagittarius. Thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Capricorns, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming Venus in Cancer transit. This will be in your 7th house. So here, the 7th house is the house of love, relationships, partnerships as well. Venus brings that harmony and balance. So if you experience some dynamic and fiery energy with Mars in Cancer transit since the end of March, then Venus will help you to establish slightly more harmony, and it will bring calmer energies. With Venus in the 7th house, we seek harmony, we seek resolution to a problem. So Venus doesn't like conflict. Venus feels comfortable in the 7th house, traditionally associated with Libra energy. So here you seek harmony, you want to avoid conflict, and perhaps you want to resolve some issues, dilemmas that may have emerged in the last few weeks. Now, on a different level, here Venus in the 7th house, this could be about you signing some important contracts, agreements of some sort, because the 7th house is connected to agreements, contracts. You might be also making some important plans with your significant other, long-lasting plans, especially between the 14th and the 16th of May, because this is when Venus will connect by a trine with Saturn in Pisces, and this could be about some long-lasting and some important decisions that you will be making with your significant other, with your business partner even. And Venus will also connect by a sextile with Uranus around the 26th. So this could be a time of some surprising news, realizations concerning your love life. Now here Venus rules over your 5th and 10th house. So here the 10th house is connected to our worldly achievement, public image, our career life. So here with the ruler of the 10th, in the 7th, you might be also perhaps discussing some important career related decisions you need to make in the very near future. You might be discussing them with your partner, because perhaps the decisions that you will have to make concerning your career could affect your relationship, or perhaps the dynamics of your relationships. Perhaps you might not be as available as you have been up until now. So this could be also about some conversations and decisions regarding your career life. This might be also taking place throughout May. Or if it isn't connected to that, then perhaps it could be related to a new contract, a new work contract, a new work relationships, a new business relationship that you might also establish throughout this transit. With Venus ruling over your your 5th house in the 7th, this could be a time also when you may go on a date. This could be about seeking more perhaps fun and entertainment in your life. This is very much connected to one-to-ones, but you want to implement a little bit of fun entertainment into your personal relationships. And overall, this is likely to be a very social time for you, even though there is a lot happening in the lower part of your chart. So there's a lot of energies that want you to focus on your personal life, on your inner life, on your home family dynamics. But at the same time, you seek also a little bit of fun with someone close to your heart. And if you are single, this could be your best friend, or an acquaintance, a friend, for example. All right, so here we go, Capricorns. Thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming transit of Venus in Cancer that starts on May the 7th and it will last until June the 7th. So here, this is your area of work, employment, everyday life, your health. So with Venus in the 6th house, here Venus wants you to establish more harmonious and well-balanced relationships with others, with your coworkers, with your people at your work, people from your everyday life. Venus in the 6th house doesn't feel that comfortable here. This is the house connected to Virgo energies. So here, if generally your relationships are slightly imbalanced, or if there is something that has been bothering you for quite some time, but you haven't actually said anything, Venus here in your 6th house might stimulate you to approach this matter and do something about this. So Venus in the 6th house becomes a slight perfectionist and wants things to be done right. This is about being practical, grounded, and down to earth. Now, on a different level here, with Venus in the 6th house, Venus wants to have fun wherever it is present, but the 6th house is the house of labor, hard work, commitment. Even though you might crave that fun and entertainment, you might feel slightly guilty when you overindulge, when you have too much fun, because there is this need for work, for committing to some important responsibilities. So there's this clash of energies, and you will have to find a healthy balance, because Venus craves fun, but then too much fun can create this feeling of I should be doing something more efficient with my time, this kind of vibe. But overall, Venus in the 6th house can also make you want to surround yourself with beauty, creativity, and you might be reorganizing your desk, your office space at this time. Now, something to pay attention to also, or keep in mind, Venus in the 6th house might also make you crave sweet things and chocolates, cakes. So here is also something to pay attention to, because overindulgence here in this kind of foods is very common with Venus in the 6th house. Right, so overall here, Venus can also create some opportunities for business networking, socializing as well. Venus rules over your 9th house as well, so this could be about either working on a global project, or with people who come from a different backgrounds to yours, for example. All right, so here we go, Aquarius. Thank you very much, and let's move into the next sign. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope for the upcoming Venus in Cancer transit that starts on May the 7th until June the 5th. So here, this is your fifth house, and Cancer and Pisces are both water sign. They connect by a trine, so you will likely enjoy the energies that are produced throughout this transit. So really fruitful energies for you. Now, Venus feels great in the fifth house. The fifth house is connected to creativity, romance, children, adventure, and fun, and creative self-expression. So usually with Venus in the fifth house, we get this strong need to express our creative urges in some interesting way through a dance, through singing, through perhaps drawing, writing, whatever it is. There's this need for doing something creative, or even something connected to your home. You might be redecorating your home or your children's room or your bedroom even. So whatever it is, there is this need for a creative self-expression. Now, many Pisces rising here with Saturn now establishing itself in your first house. This is also about reconnecting with your inner child. So many Cancer Pisces rising will be also healing some difficult energies that perhaps are still affecting them, their present life. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because Pluto is now in your 12th house of the subconscious mind, and Pluto brings that transformation and the need to transform, heal, and with Venus in the 5th house along with Mars, here many Pisces rising might have this strong need to heal themselves. Now, on a different level, this could be also a really lovely and fruitful time with your children. Perhaps they might go through some important milestones or life achievements. Venus will connect with Saturn and Pisces in your first house by a trine between the 13th and the 16th of May. This would be a great time for working on some important creative projects or family, children related ideas, goals, projects, something that has a long-lasting potential. Here, Saturn can bring that stable and long-lasting energy. So this will be a good time for working on anything long-lasting with your children, with your romantic partner, or perhaps it could be about your business. You might be changing your website. Still, the first 2 weeks of this transit, Mercury will be retrograde, and this could see you perhaps restyling or changing your website or your anything connected to your business, for example, as well. Venus will also sextile Uranus in Taurus, and around the 26th of May, this could be a time of some interesting ideas, new realizations. Perhaps you might start a new hobby around this time as well, because the fifth house deals with hobbies and interests. Here, your need generally for doing something fun and entertaining increases, but this could be with your family members or perhaps with some really close friends, since there are so many energies centered here at present in the lower part of your chart. So there is a lot of attention that you put upon your emotional life, upon your family dynamics, and there is a lot of there's a need for privacy as well, for dealing with your private life here throughout this time. Now, Venus rules over your third and your eighth house. So with Venus ruling your eighth house, that is connected to money that comes from different sources and your regular income, joint finances, resources. Here with Venus, the ruler of the eighth, present in the fifth, here you might see yourself dealing with some expenses also connected to childcare, connected to perhaps holiday rentals if you're planning to book a holiday in the upcoming future. This could also see you making plans connected to some investments, or perhaps this could be about a new business idea as well for some people. Now, Venus rules over your third house as well. So as I said, you might be also working on your website, on some creative project, written project, for example, as well. Now, travel here is emphasized as well, and you will enjoy traveling or going to places, especially that will be fun and creative, and that generally will help you to relax. Here, Venus brings that calmness and sensible energy as well. Now, on the other hand, this could be also a time when you might crave some extravagant experiences. So this is also about being practical and grounded, because Mercury will be retrograde in the first 2 weeks of this transit. So it's essential to be mindful of any urges that you may have throughout this time. But overall here, Venus connects very well with your Pisces ascendant. So this is likely to be a really interesting and fruitful time. So here we go, Pisces. Thank you very much, and until the next time. Alright, so we reached the final sign for this forecast. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you a pleasant Venus in Cancer transit. I hope it's a good time, and I hope that after we finish the eclipses season, you will be able to relax, take a deep breath, and enjoy life. So here we go. Thank you very much.